Live, it's the Bison Football Show. Valley News Live and Gate City Bank present the Bison Football Show with head coach Chris Kleiman.
The 2015 season begins with a close loss in what was a great college football game. It was a hazy, kind of frightening weather day in western Montana. The Bison lose 38-35 to a very determined Montana team. We're going to dissect this game thoroughly in today's show here. We welcome to the set head coach Chris Kleiman. And Coach, what a great game, but let's first talk about the smoke. Let's address that. I don't know if it impacted the game at all, but you certainly noticed it. You couldn't see anything outside of the stadium, and I think for the fans it was probably more apparent to them than the players.
Yeah, I think I noticed it more on Friday when we flew in, and I think that the guys kind of had their awe look of, wow, this is kind of eerie, so to speak. And then Saturday, I didn't think it impacted the game in any way. And then obviously after the game, you could see a little bit more of the debris in the air and stuff, but they're going through a tough time out there.
You expected a battle going into this game, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I knew it was going to be a four-quarter game, and you know, we missed some opportunities that we usually don't miss, and we're going to take it and learn from it, and we've got an open week. We've got to get better.
Let's take a look at this game. We'll dive into the first half highlights a little bit. I think an important piece is no C.J. Smith, Coach.
Yeah, we talked about it. He had a little bit of warm-ups and stuff, but precautionary, was better off not to play him. He needs another week.
Hey, right away, an 8-play, 75-yard drive. Chase Morlock at 7-0. Beautiful.
Yeah, great design, great play call by Coach Polasek. It's something we've worked on, and it worked to perfection.
Their coach, Bob Stitt, what a gambler. 4th and 4 in his own 45 and shocked everybody by going for it.
Well, this is what he did at Colorado School of Mines, so we anticipated him going for a lot of those fourth downs, and they didn't get this one. We just didn't capitalize when they didn't make those fourth downs.
Yep, no points off turnovers in the entire game. There was a 3-and-out there. Now Montana gets a little momentum here. 8 plays, 86 yards.
Yeah, they have a nice drive. Quarterback, I thought, did a great job for his first start, and they've got, as we know, tremendous skill at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, they got some speed. That Jones is fast, no doubt about it. And then they really seize the momentum. They get a takeaway here.
Yeah, they do. We don't block the edge very well, and Carson gets sacked, and then we end up turning the ball over, which you can't do, especially down in your own territory. We're fortunate to not give up 7 out of that.
Yeah, the defense really bowed its neck. They're in a tough spot. The crowd's going crazy. It's 7-7. They're deep in your territory. Nice job, though.
Yeah, great job by the front four. I thought our front four played extremely hard and did some good things, but we were able to hold them to 3 points.
So 10-7 after the field goal. We're going to see the field goal here. That's a win right there, keeping them out of the end zone. And you take that momentum and kind of seize it from Montana a little bit, put a drive together, and we're going to see Carson Wentz with his legs right here for 15 yards.
Yeah, this is a big part of our offense, and we were able to get Carson on the perimeter, and he made some really big plays and really kind of helped our offense get a spark.
Well, now we're in the second quarter now, and running the other direction, 19 yards. What a beautiful run by Carson.
Yeah, it really was. It was excellent blocking, and he followed it and made one kid miss, and he's a big guy that it's hard to bring down in the open field.
So 14-10, the Bison are in the lead. But at this point in the game, Coach, in the second quarter, both defenses kind of on their heels. This is where most of the points in the game were scored.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of back and forth, and they just ended up making more plays. We had trouble with that backside receiver at the X position, number 6. He was a great player, and he hurt us all day.
Again, you hold him to a field goal here. This is a nice play by DeLuca.
Yeah, great play by Nick, and then Pierre coming and capping it off. It was a really nice job of holding them to 3 points.
At this point, you got to be feeling good. It's 14-13, and I'll tell you what, Eric Perkins, as we see the field goal here on the kickoff, puts you in great position. He had a terrific day, set up another touchdown for the Bison.
Yeah, Coach Austin has done a great job with her KOR unit in getting us better, and Perk had a dynamite day.
That sets up this touchdown here, another Carson Wentz run. It's 21-13, feeling really good at this point.
Yeah, really good play call and good execution, and we're up by 8 points.
I'll tell you what, this Brady Gustafson played a lot better than I expected. He was really rolling at this point, wasn't he?
Yeah, he made some really good plays. This was an unbelievable catch. We all thought he was out of bounds, and he ends up somehow getting a toe in, and a big play by them.
And Ben Roberts, transfer from Washington State, had not played football in 3 years. He caught one ball, but it's right here, and it was a big one.
Yeah, he's a tall receiver, and this is kind of the story of the day. We were in great position on these 50-50 balls, and we didn't come up with any of them.
and they went for 2 here to tie the game. They went to Roberts, got it, so it's 21-all. But it's late in the half right now, and you continue to roll on offense. At this point, the offense clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, we really were. We were doing some really good things. We had them spread out. We had those guys on their heels, and we were making some good plays, running the ball as well as throwing it.
You're going to have a 4th and 1 here late in the half. You go for it. You know, you have that big offensive line, and they move the pile.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure and try to get a touchdown out of this drive, and all the guys up front thought we could get this.
Boom, move the pile right there. Chase Morlock, well done. Zach Vraw finishes this off with a beautiful slant play.
Yeah, great protection here by the offensive line. Carson steps up in the pocket and gets Zach for a big touchdown.
Well, Montana tried to get cute. You think there's just a minute or so left. They're going to take a knee. That's not who Bob Stitt is, and they try a razzle-dazzle play here, and it almost really bit him.
Yeah, I don't think any of us thought he was going to take a knee, and then when they came back with this, it was could have been a critical mistake. It wasn't. We ended up getting an opportunity at a field goal, and we just missed it.
Yep, missed field goal. So we go into the half. Score is 28-21 on our Nodak Mutual Insurance halftime scoreboard here, 28-21. You see some of the stats. It was really an offensive show in the first half, so you wonder what's going to happen in the second half. A little bit more defense, and we're going to go through that in the next segment. But right now on our Bison hot seat, it's Carson Wentz. Carson, who's your favorite pro team in any sport?
Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. Minority on this team, huh?
Well, I don't know.
About 50-50?
About 50-50, yeah.
Who would you describe as your hero?
Probably Brett Favre.
Okay.
Yep.
What's your favorite sport other than football?
Probably baseball.
Name something you are bad at.
Dancing. Not good at it. It's
What
not
drives
pretty.
you crazy about your roommates?
When they don't do the dishes, it's a big pet peeve. Leaves a mess everywhere.
Not a lot of traffic in Bismarck, but if you are in traffic, are you patient or do you get frustrated?
Usually frustrated.
Why do you like Fargo and North Dakota in general?
I just love how friendly everybody is around here, and then the ability to get outdoors and go hunting and everything. I'm a big fan of that.
What do you like most about the Bison coaching staff?
They're really approachable, a lot of fun. They like to have a lot of fun. They're easy to get along with.
What's the one thing people don't know about you?
I was born in Raleigh, North Carolina. Lived there till I was about 4, so.
Wow, I did not know that. That's a good one.
There you go.
All right, thanks, Carson.
You bet.
Well, Coach, up 7 at half. What'd you work on at halftime?
Well, we needed to continue what we were doing offensively. I thought we had a good flow and rhythm offensively, and defensively, we had to shore up our pass defense, and unfortunately, we weren't able to do that and give Montana credit.
Let's take a look at the second half highlights. It was a really quick third quarter. Not a lot of points, not a lot of offense, a very defensive-minded third quarter, which was different than the first half. They hit a big one on Champ early for 62 yards here to tie the game 28.
Yeah, it was, receivers got a tremendous amount of speed. Jordan's technique wasn't very good, and we'll shore that up. Jordan's a competitive guy, and he'll bounce back.
You know, one of the big differences in the second half, I thought Montana's front 7 played pretty well. We're going to see Caleb Kidder, their defensive tackle, who did not play at the Fargo Dome last year, number 37, makes a big stop here.
I thought they did a tremendous job making adjustments to shut down our running game, and they were able to do that, especially after Carson got nicked up and wasn't able to run the football.
But right here, a big takeaway by the Bison defense. Nick DeLuca drops back and gets a pick.
Yeah, a really good check and call by Coach Ince, and Nick makes a big play. Unfortunately, we weren't able to capitalize on that.
I think a big play in the game right here. It was a 3 and out for the offense, but on the third down play, Carson Wentz, he gets kind of bent in a tough direction. He gets hobbled on this play, and it's a sack for the Grizz. They get the ball back.
Yeah, and this was kind of the sign of things to come when he got his ankle rolled up in there. It kind of took a little bit of our quarterback run game out of it.
Well, now we'll move to the fourth quarter now, and Zach Vraw started to make some big catches on the edge. A big possession catch here as we move to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think this was a third down play that Zach makes a good play and at least able to move the chains and get us going a little bit.
Hey, good play call here, middle screen. This went for a big play.
Yeah, it always seems to be able to make a play for us, and Carson does a good job, and King makes a great run after catch. I thought King Frazier played a phenomenal football game.
Yeah, he did, and he's going to get the credit here for finishing this off. He didn't finish it there, but he grinds out 7 yards here for 35-28 lead. Only 9:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Things looking real good here.
Yeah, this was a great drive, and King does a great job following a bunch of great blocks, and King was determined to get in the end zone.
a key part of this game here. About 6 minutes to go in the game now, still up 7. The Grizz are going to get their second takeaway of the game. It's another fumble here.
Yeah. We get the fumble here. We get a sack, and this one they reviewed, and we get great field position, and we were needing to capitalize on this.
And now a 4th and 1 play coming up as well on this play here. The Bison in the second half here, 4th and 1, you punch it through. Yeah,
we had to. We were at the 36-yard line. It was out of field goal range for any of our kickers, and we needed to keep the chains moving.
Now here it is, 6:47 to go, first down in their territory, and here's a fumble here. Miscommunication.
Yeah, miscommunication. A young player in Carson didn't communicate well, and that was a critical turnover that really changed the momentum of the fourth quarter.
Brady Gustafson, he made some plays, especially here in the second half, didn't he?
Boy, he did. He threw the ball extremely well, and their guys, like I said, there's another 50-50 ball, and they went up and got it.
They get a field goal here. Were you surprised they went for 3 here, or did you think they might go for a touchdown?
Well, I was surprised they went for 3, but in the same respect, with Carson not able to really have great mobility, they could stack the box and hope that we couldn't throw it.
Now 3 and out, and not much time came off the clock. This is where things kind of really gave them the momentum late in the game here. This is the 3rd down play.
Yeah, you can tell Carson just couldn't get into that throw, and they got a chance with a couple minutes left, and we got to make a stop, and they made a really nice adjustment here. MJ just mistimes his jump by a shade, and they get a big play into our red zone.
That was a 4th and 10 play. Now they're right on the doorstep, right on the goal line here, and they don't score on this play.
Yeah, we do a couple really good stops on 1st and 2nd down and get them into a 4th down situation, and it's hard to stop them 4 times inside the 1, and they were able to go off tackle and punch it in with, 2 seconds left. 2 seconds left.
Wow, what a football game. And Montana gets the victory 38-35 on our Nodak Mutual Insurance final score graphic. 38-35 is your final score. And let's hear what the players had to say after the game today in the post game.
They didn't do anything off the charts that we weren't expecting. They showed up, and I've said it all week. They have a very good defense, a very sound, and they played well today. I think we just ran out a couple plays down the stretch. Second half I was a little disappointed that we didn't stay on the field enough. But credit Montana, they played a great game, and like Coach said, they had some good halftime adjustments.
They came out and they executed, and we definitely have left some plays out there that we wish we could get back, and we're definitely going to learn from it and move on.
They were loud, just like we expected, and I thought it was a great atmosphere. So I don't think that really affected us too much because we prepared for it like crazy. But no, it was a cool venue, and credit to Montana.
We're pretty confident, and trying to get another stop, and just one thing led to another. They got it in, so yeah, definitely want it back. But
I thought those kids looked good. They were comfortable. I think everybody as a whole, though, first game, we got to get better, and we'll learn from it.
Great comments by the players. This week's Nodak Mutual Insurance Player of the Game, we go with offense. King Frazier racked up 145 all-purpose yards, 91 on the ground, 54 receiving. He scored the only Bison touchdown in the second half. All of those stats were nice, but King wanted the victory.
It was fun, but not there to fight with my brothers and play really hard. They had a great front 7 up there. They played really hard. We played really hard. It just came on to the last couple plays, and they just happened to finish it off better than we did. It definitely hurts. It definitely hurts. I wish I could have done more. I wish I could have played a little bit harder, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying, it is what it is. You can't take things back. Credit Montana. They played really hard today. They played really good.
Yes, they certainly did, and King played well. Let's talk about Carson Wentz. His injury, he got bent there a little bit, and he was hobbled the rest of the game. How is he?
Yeah, he is. He's got an ankle sprain, and we'll probably get it evaluated a little bit more today and tomorrow. Fortunate we have an open week, so we've got to get Easton and Cole ready to go.
Now, the rushing numbers on the surface look great. 45 carries, 229. That's 5.1 a carry. But in the second half, Coach, 21 carries, 64 yards. What did they do up front in that second half that really neutralized the running game?
Well, I thought they blitzed a little bit more and just played man coverage on the outside, and that caused us some problems. We weren't able to win on the outside like we had hoped, and they were able to just control that. And they had a few 3 and outs on us that really hurt us, which gave their ball back. They could football back to the offense a little bit more than we needed.
Now in the fourth quarter also they were 3 of 7 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth down, a lot of that on the last drive, but getting off the field on defense, that's always big, isn't it?
Yeah, we can't be on the field that long. We were out there for 92 plays, and we had talked all week. If they had 80-plus plays, we thought we were in trouble. Well, they had over 90, and you'd think you're getting blown out. We were fortunate to be in the game with that many plays.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think also people get wrapped up in X's and O's and forget about the fact that Montana's a very good football team, 62-8 in their last 70 home games. None of those 8 losses by more than 10 points. Tip of the cap to their fans as well. It was a big league environment.
It was a great environment. Our guys are going to learn from it, and I think it'll make us better going forward. But make no mistake, they're a top 10 FCS program year in and year out. Yep. And who knows, we may get an opportunity to play them again.
Yep. Well, Dimitri Williams was one of the true freshmen that played in the game this week, and he's gone through a lot of adversity to get here to NDSU. We'll hear his story next. Stay with us. The Bison played several true freshmen in Game 1. One of those was receiver Dimitri Williams. Dimitri took a long road to NDSU with a lot of adversity along the way. In fact, it was a natural disaster that brought him north. Beth Hool has the story in this week's Olaf Anderson Construction feature story.
It looked like the movie set of an Armageddon scene.
In 2005, Hurricane Katrina struck southeast Louisiana, causing severe destruction, claiming the lives of over 1,000 people and uprooting and separating hundreds of families in the surrounding area. The impacts of Hurricane Katrina are still felt nationwide 10 years after the devastation initially struck, and the memories still intact.
I remember it was raining really hard, floods, you couldn't go outside, there were sirens going off, the sky was orangish.
For freshman wide receiver Dimitri Williams, Hurricane Katrina isn't just a memory. After the devastation, 8-year-old Williams moved to Minnesota and spent his childhood moving around till he found the family he was looking for.
Rosemont High School has been my family. They've been there for me all throughout the whole process.
As I got to know him, he's a very quiet young man, kind of keeps to himself, but he opened up as we went along, and I think this is where he wanted to be from the get-go.
Williams says NDSU stood out right away. The family-first mentality and the focus on the team over the individual were familiar concepts he had lived and loved at Rosemount.
Bison, they do everything together. They're one family. They treat you as a team, like as one. There's no stand-up players. They're going to treat you the same as anybody else. It doesn't matter who you are.
For Williams, Hurricane Katrina isn't just a memory. It's a part of his past that has made him who he is today.
Tomorrow is a new day, so basically everything that's happened today or in the past, that's behind you. You got to keep stepping forward.
A storm that once took him from his family has eventually provided him with another as a part of Bison Nation. Reporting for the Bison Football Show, I'm Beth Hool.
Boy, sometimes, Coach, you don't know what the guys go through to get here. That's quite the story and quite the path he has taken to get here, huh?
Boy, it sure has. And what a great smile Dimitri has. And he's going to play an awful lot of football here for us. And he'll be a guy that we're counting on this year. He's got tremendous ability, and we're looking forward to integrating him into the offense.
Well, another of the true freshmen to play is highlighted in this week's Peterson Farm Seed Future Crop of Bison. Robbie Grimsley was the Minnesota Player of the Year last year at Hutchinson High School, and he was on the field in the final minutes of this weekend's big game. He is fitting into the Bison team very well.
The atmosphere around here is it's nowhere else even comes close. Like the fans and the coaches and the family aspect of it, it's unparalleled. It's amazing the impact the family has, and you can feel it right away when you come here. I don't believe any other place in the country would be like this. It's just unbelievable.
Well, Coach, he wears 35, so you immediately think Christian Dudzik, and, you know, he plays a lot like a young Christian Dudzik. He has a bright future.
Boy, he sure does. He's going to play a lot of football for us this year. Robbie just gets the game, and that's hard for a freshman. He's got unbelievable ability, but he just grasped everything we were doing defensively, and moving forward, he'll play a lot of football for us.
And for you guys in a tight game, he was out there on that final drive. You trust him, don't you?
Yeah, the spotlight wasn't too big for Robbie. He was just having fun and playing football, and that's what I like about him.
Hey, this whole recruiting class in general, very good. You played true freshmen, and that just shows how good that class was.
Yeah, and we knew we'd have a few growing pains, but we're going to continue to play some of these guys because moving forward into our conference season, these guys are going to be names we're going to hear about quite a bit.
All right, time to put the Montana loss behind us and look ahead to the next ball game. We'll preview it. Stay with us. Well, Coach, before we look ahead to the Weber State Wildcats, we see their helmet here. A bye week's going to be nice.
Yeah, this was the quote advantage of playing that early game is with all the young guys we were going to play. We've got a lot of work to do, and we've got to take full advantage of these 2 weeks we have, and so we're going to work extremely hard this week.
Thanks to Verizon Wireless for our look ahead here. Weber State Wildcats, also from the Big Sky Conference, the same conference as Montana. September 12th, 2:30 p.m. We'll have statewide coverage for you, national on ESPN3. And Weber State gave us a ball game last year in Ogden.
Yeah, they really did. They'll have a good front seven again on defense. They'll have some pretty good skilled kids on offense. We hope to have C.J. Smith back, which will help us in the secondary. And we'll be excited to play at home. Our guys are ready to play in the Fargo Dome.
And how about the bye week? How do you handle that with the practice schedule? Do you go more rest or do you go harder?
No, we'll probably go harder. Just with the young guys we have, we're going to go, really all week, Monday through Friday. We're going to get after them pretty good. Coach Kramer's going to get after them in the weight room a little bit. We've got to get our strength back up that you lose a little bit during fall camp. And then we've got to have a lot of repetitions because we've got some guys that haven't played a ton of football that almost have to treat this like another game week so we can get these guys ready to go.
And one last note about the Montana game. I talked to the guys after the game. They can learn from this loss. There's some good things you can take out of it, and you can be better because of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You never want to lose a game, don't get me wrong.
Oh, no.
But it's something that we have to learn from, and especially with the long haul we have ahead of us. And we've got to take some of the good and learn from it. But some of those things that we didn't do well execute, coaches as well, we've got to take those and learn from them.
Lots of football left, folks. We're just getting started with the 2015 season. We'll be with you all season long. It's going to be a fun ride. We'll see you next time.
Well, they have their alumni one right there next to the Bison alumni one. Right by